Hello. Hello, whatever. Okay. Where is Storm? Wall of Flesh and Brain of Cthulhu work together to get as many supplies as possible. Empress of Light runs away from the cornucopia. Eye of Cthulhu, Andrew the Guide, Eater of Worlds, and Plantera share everything they gathered before running. Truffle runs away from the cornucopia. The Destroyer runs away from the cornucopia. Mr. Dingler, Betsy, and Moonlord work together to get as many supplies as possible. Red Nature and Spasmatism run away from the cornucopia. Runs away. Queen Bee runs away from the cornucopia. King Slime grabs a jar of fishing bait, while Lunatic Cultist gets fishing gear. Golem breaks Dark Mage's nose for a basket of bread. Queen Slime runs away from the cornucopia. Duke Fishon runs away from the cornucopia. Ogre takes a sickle from the inside of the cornucopia. Electron Prime runs away from the cornucopia. Doesn't he fly? Skeletron runs away from the cornucopia. Truffle tends to mystery his wounds. Oh, that's nice, thank you. Plantera tries to sleep through the entire day. Duke Fishtron discovers a cave. Wait, doesn't Plantera always sleep? Red Nazer and Spasmatism receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Eye of Cthulhu constructs a shack. Queen Slime begs the ogre to kill her. He refuses, keeping Queen Slime alive. Skeletron and Empress of Light split up to search for resources. Golem stalks the Destroyer. What the? Burning Red Storm fishes. Andrew the Guide searches for a water source. Skeletron Prime overhears Dark Mage and Moonlord talking in the distance. Eater of Worlds tries to sleep through the entire day. Queen Bee practices her archery. Betsy receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Lunatic Cultist receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. While the Flesh thinks about home, King Slime practices his archery. Brain of Cthulhu receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Oh, I forgot to. That is day one, I think. I don't know. Okay. Night one. Eater of Worlds sets up camp for the night. Dark Mage loses sight of where he is. Red Nazer and Spasmatism decapitate Eye of Cthulhu with a sword. They're all eyeballs. Lunatic Cultist tries to beat his infection. Bro, he infects you, I guess. I don't know. He's a maniac, bro. He's lunatic. That's where his infection is. Andrew the Guide climbs a tree to rest. Skeletron, Queen Slime, and Truffle sleep in shifts. Truffle's on the same time as the Guide. Why does the Truffle work with Andrew? Moonlord screams for help. He's a squid. Betsy begs for Queen Bee to kill her. She refuses, keeping Betsy alive. Betsy's bigger than Queen Slime and can burn her. King Slime receives an explosive from another sponsor. Brain of Cthulhu is thinks about winning. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win. Ogre receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Empress of Light is awoken by nightmares. Duke Fishron defeats Golem in a fight, but spares his life. Skeletron Prime goes to sleep. Mr. Dingler fends the Destroyer, Burning Red Storm, and Plantera away for a misfire. Wall of Flesh passes out from his exhaustion. Plantera tends to Truffle's wounds. Betsy travels to higher ground. Moonlord searches for a water source. Lunatic cultist falls into a pit and dies. I don't understand why it doesn't just fly. Queen Slime makes a wind spear. Empress of Light discovers a river. Oh, this is day 2. I forgot the name. Empress of Light discovers a river. Duke Fishron hunts for other tributes. Dark Mage is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Mr. Dingler receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Brain of Cthulhu goes hunting. Red Nazer and Spasm are pricked by thorns while picking berries. Wait, are they dead? Enter the God and Eater of Worlds hunt for other tributes. The Destroyer and Wall of Flesh hunt for other tributes. Ogre begs for Golem to kill him, but he reluctantly obliges. Killing Ogre. I keep thinking that means refuse. Okay. Skeletron Prime constructs a shack. King Slime steals from Burning Red Storm while he isn't looking. Skeletron begs the ogre. Skeletron begs for Queen Bee to kill him. She refuses, keeping Skeletron alive. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Eye of Cthulhu. Lunatic cultist into ogre. Resonator and Spasmatism let Brain of Cthulhu into their shelter. Andrew the Guide tries to treat his infection. Burning Red Storm and Skeletron sleep in shifts. Dark Mage receives an explosive from another sponsor. Skeletron Prime and Truffle hold hands. What? Skeletron Prime has 4, and none of them are hands. Mr. Dingler bashes Betsy's head against a rock several times. How? Okay, Mr. Dingler's a human. Betsy's a giant dragon. Queen Slime fends Golem, a wall of flesh, and Empress of Light away from her fire. Plantera and King Slime hold hands. None of them have hands. Duke Fishron climbs a tree to rest. Eater of Worlds thinks about home. Moonlord and Destroyer sleep in shifts. Queen Bee goes to sleep. Skeletron Prime goes hunting. Oh, I keep forgetting to say it is. Day 3. Skeletron Prime goes hunting. Red Nazer spasms and run away from Skeletron. Mr. Dingler chases Burning Red Storm. Oh, not this again. Oh my god. I've been through that. Through Mr. Dingler trying to kill Burning Red Storm. Technically succeeds. Moonlord attacks Plantera, but he manages to escape. Queen Bee searches for a water source. Empress of Light discovers a cave. Andrew the Guide, the Destroyer, Wall of Flesh, and Queen Slime raid Dark Mage's camp while he is hunting. Golem tends to King Slime's wounds. Eater of Worlds injures himself. Truffle steals from Brain of Cthulhu while he's not looking. Duke Fishron searches for firewood. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Betsy. Queen Slime cries herself to sleep. Brain of Cthulhu climbs a tree to rest. Skeletron is awoken by nightmares. Red Nazer and Spasmatism, Wall of Flesh, Queen Bee, Golem, and Plantera sleep in shifts. That's a lot of people. 5. Also 6. Okay. Dark Mage tends to his wounds. Duke Fishron tries to see himself to sleep. Truffle receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Burning Red Storm receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Andrew the Guide, King Slime, Eater of Worlds, Empress of Light, and Skeletron Prime sleep in shifts. Mr. Dingler convinces the Destroyer to snuggle with him. Who would want the Destroyer to snuggle? Moonlord receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. King Slime makes a wooden spear. Duke Fishron receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Mr. Dingler constructs a shack. Oh, it's day 4, I forgot. Let's say that. Eater of Worlds hunts for other tributes. Skeletron overhears the Destroyer and Skeletron Prime talking in the distance. Imagine it was Red Nazer and Spasmatism. Wall of Flesh injures himself. Plantera practices her archery. Moonlord goes hunting. Empress of Light makes a wooden spear. Queen Bee dies from the infection. Burning Red Storm camouflages himself in the bushes. Angel the Guide receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Truffle and Brandon Cthulhu work together for the day. Huh? Dark Mage receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Queen Slime tends to red nature's parasitism to wounds. Golem hunts for other tributes. What's that? One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Yeah, so I don't know who that is. It's just I get notifications from some people I don't know. It's weird. Impulse of Light sees a fire but stays hidden. Truffle, Mr. Dingo, Brain Cthulhu, and Eater of Worlds form a suicide pact, killing themselves. Burning Red Storm and Dark Mage tell stories about themselves to each other. And if any more notifications come up, I'm just gonna mute them. Wall of Flesh receives fresh food from another sponsor. Duke Fishrun loses sight of where he is. Queen Slime overpowers Planterra, killing her. Skeltron Prime passes out from exhaustion. Moonlord looks at the sky. King Slime and the Destroyer run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Angel the Guide receives an explosive from another sponsor. Renane's Spasmodism stay awake all night. Skeltron attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Golem passes out from exhaustion. Oh, there's not that much left. Dark Mage steals from Golem while he isn't looking. Skeletron searches for firewood. Red Ninja and Spasmodism, Duke Fishrun, and King Slime, and Moonlord hunt for other tributes. Skeletron Prime receives a hatchet from another sponsor. Prime Storm discovers a river. Wait, is Mr. Jingler dead? Oh, wait, I thought I read that. Okay. Queen Slime collects fruit from a tree. The Destroyer tries to sleep through the entire day. Empress of Light travels to higher ground. Andrew the Guide picks flowers. Wow. Oh, he did die. Okay, so I have one more guy left. Oh, Truffle died too. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Truffle, Mr. Jingler, Brain of Cthulhu, Eater of Worlds, Planterra. Skeletron receives a hatchet from another sponsor. Skeletron Prime throws a knife into King Slime's chest. Wall of Flesh is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Dark Mage tracks down and kills Duke Fishrun. Golem fends Empress of Light, the Destroyer, and Andrew the Guide away from his fire. Red Nazer and Spasmodism receives an explosive from another sponsor. Burning Red Storm receives an explosive from another sponsor. Queen Time receives fresh food from another sponsor. Moonlord sets up camp for the night. Skeleton Prime sprains his ankle while running away from Wall of Flesh. Well, some people can agree with that, I can't. Dark Mage and Burning Red Storm work together to drown Golem. Empress of Light sets an explosive off, killing Moonlord, Andrew the Guide, and Skeletron. Andrew. The Destroyer receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Renazer and Spasmodism see smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. What? Queen Slime searches for firewood. The remaining contributors begin to hallucinate. Queen Slime survives. Wall of Flesh and Dark Mage decide to jump down the rabbit hole to Wonderland, which turns out to be a pit of rocks. The Burning Restaurant hugs a tracker nest, believing it to be a pillow. Tracker. I don't know what that is. The Destroyer survives. Skeltron Prime drowns Imps of Light, who he thought was a shark trying to eat him. What? Red Ninja and Spasmodism survive. Oh my god. 10 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. King Slime, Duke Fishrun, Golem, Moonlord, Andrew the Guide, Skeletron, Wall of Flesh, Dark Mage, Burning Red Storm, and Empress of Light. Just the reason I had paused because I had to look back because I put my mouth to the mic because I don't talk a lot, I guess. I don't know. Scoutron Prime receives clean water from the sponsor. The Destroyer convinces Queen Slime to snuggle with him. Red Nature and Spasmatism think about winning. Queen Slime decides not to go to the feast. The Destroyer and steals Scoutron Prime's memoirs. Red Nature and Spasmatism takes a staff leaning against the cornucopia. Just know something. All the mechanical bosses are still alive. It'd be funny if Queen Slime dies and then they're not lived. Queen Slime discovers a cave. Scoutron Prime practices archery. Red Nature and Spasmatism attacks the Destroyer, but he managed to escape. Okay, I'm sure it's gonna be heard in the distance. The Destroyer and Queen Slime tell stories about themselves to each other. Red Nature and Spasmatism question their sanity. Scoutron Prime sets up camp for the night. Red Nature and Spasmatism injure themselves. Scoutron Prime, Queen Slime, and the Destroyer hunt for other tributes. For one other tribute. Queen Slime receives an explosive from a sponsor. Red Nature and Spasmatism think about home. Scoutron Prime convinces the Destroyer to not kill him, only to kill him instead. What? Scoutron Prime bashed Queen Slime's head in with the mace. Red Nature and Spasmatism die from thirst. Okay, Scoutron Prime wins, right? The can't can be heard in the distance. The Destroyer, Queen Slime, Red Nature and Spasmatism. The winner is Scoutron Prime from District 5. In first place, Scoutron Prime. 4 kills. Second place, Red Nature and Spasmatism. Second place with 1 kill, Queen Slime. Third place with 1 kill, Destroyer with 4th with 0. Empress of Light in 5th with 3 kills. Burning Red Storm in 6th with 1 kill. Dark Mage in 7th with 2 kills. And Wallflesh in 8th with no kills. Scoutron Prime in 9th with no kills. Andrew the Guide in 10th with no kills. You're champ, Andrew. Moon Lord in 11th place with no kills. Golem in 12th place with 1 kill. Duke Fishron in 13th place with 0 kills. With no kills. King Slime in 14th place with no kills. Planetara in 15th place with no kills. And Eater of Worlds in 16th place with no kills. Brave Cthulhu in 17th place with no kills. Bro, this is hard. I'd say. Mr. Dingler in 18th place with 1 kill. Both my guys have 1 kill. Truffle in 19th place with no kills. Queen Slime in... Oh wait, Truffle wasn't my teammate. I forgot. Andrews. Queen Bee in 20th place with no kills. Betsy in 21st place with no kills. Ogre in 22nd place with no kills. Lunatic Cultist in 33rd place with no kills. I've Cthulhu in 24th place with no kills. Okay. Well, goodbye, I guess. I know. I'm stupid. Just want to tell you guys that. If there's anyone. If anyone asks, I know I'm still recording. My way, I was laughing, trying to act crazy. Oh, my teacher got sick. Well, I'm just gonna do this for another 2 minutes. And if Cool is here, I wanna play with you. Again. I don't know if you will be watching this because I just never know. I did not realize how bad that image is. I found this. I didn't realize how bad it was. Okay, goodbye.